Bold new claim from the National Education Association has parents up in arms. The top teachers union now on the defensive after tweeting, quote, "Educators love their students and know better than anyone what they need to learn and to thrive." Nicole Neily is the founder and president of Parents Defending Education. Nicole, they know better than anyone, the teachers union?
Right. They know better than anybody how to spend money on Democratic candidates and undermine American education, but certainly not how to let children learn and thrive. So really an astonishing claim by them. Four Pinocchios.
Yeah, they tried to walk it back, but didn't the NEA and all teachers union, I don't know, throughout the course of the pandemic really show what they think of parents?
Absolutely. Well, we know, thanks to FOIAs, that they worked hand in glove with the CDC to keep schools closed. But let's think about some of the actual words from them. The head of the Los Angeles Teachers Union said, our babies learned resilience, and there's no such thing as learning loss. The head of the Chicago Teachers Union said that the push to reopen schools was rooted in racism, sexism, and misogyny. And so, yeah, that's exactly how they feel about us as parents, as consumers, as partners in education. We're there to be seen but not heard, and certainly not have a voice in this process.
Yeah, after locking down our kids, destroying their mental health, untold learning loss, where do these teachers unions come off actually thinking that we care what they think?
I think, part of it is that they don't care what we think, right? And that's why we've seen 99% of their donations go to Democrats. I mean, over the summer, this past summer, they voted at their annual meeting to create an enemies list of anybody who opposed the radical gender activism. Last year, they voted to create an enemies list about parents who opposed critical race theory being taught to their children. They don't care what we think because they have their own agenda. And I think the sooner the American people realize this union is not in it for us or our children, they're in it for their money and their power, the better off we will be.
Fascinating exchange here between the former U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, responding to the tweet saying, quote, "You misspelled parents," obviously in relation to the fact that they were talking about themselves. In response to DeVos, the NEA says, quote, "Together, families and educators are an essential team for advocating for the resources and opportunities all students need. Out-of-touch billionaires, however, are not." Obviously, that last line a dig at her financial might. Doesn't it, though, just point out how thin-skinned these unions really are when they get called out?
Absolutely. They are trying to gaslight the American people about their role in lockdowns, about their role in learning loss. We have seen from those NAEP scores that came out recently how American children fell off a cliff during COVID. And let's be honest, achievement, proficiency in America was not good before that, despite the fact that the amount of money we have spent on American education has gone through the roof. They have had more money than ever. And now their solution to making up all these problems that our students have is give us more money and trust us this time. This is like Lucy trying to pull the football away from Charlie Brown. When will we figure out that these are not the people who we need to trust? Families know best. Families should decide where their children go and how that money is spent, and the teachers' unions need to be cut out of this process entirely.
On the issue of parental rights, is there a takeaway that you have from the midterms after having some time to digest the results that we have thus far?
At the local level, there were astonishing gains that were made. Organizations like Moms for Liberty, Minnesota Parents Alliance, 1776 PAC, they had a lot of candidates that ran, and many of those candidates ran for the first time, and they won. There were terrific state superintendents that were elected, like in South Carolina, boards of education that changed at the state level, like in Texas. And so on the education front, I think there was a lot of good news. People are very engaged in this. And the good news is, unlike the Tea Party, these people are not going, because education is at the very heart a kitchen table issue. You have to sit across the dinner table from your child and see the love of learning be extinguished in their eyes. And so we will continue to fight, and we are going to continue to win, because we are the only ones who have our children's best interests at heart. You
mentioned at the local level. I'm going to switch gears now and ask you about the national level. Are you worried that to a certain extent Democrats may become emboldened thanks to support from the teachers union, and vice versa? These teachers unions may have become emboldened because, Republicans didn't necessarily see the numbers that we were expecting.
You know what? In the wake of the Janus case many years ago, the teachers unions focused on elections a long time ago. So in their strategic plan for this year, they agreed to spend, this is just the NEA, $3.8 million on local school board elections, as well as $11.8 million at the national level getting executive branch candidates and judicial candidates nominated. That's only one national union. That's not the AFT. That's not the state chapters. And so I think it's harder for them to be any more emboldened than they are. And so that's why, to me, the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. We have to pay attention, and we cannot let up, because they're going to keep doing what they do. And so we have to fight back stronger, harder, and smarter.
Pay attention, parents. It's literally the most important thing in your lives, your kids. Make sure you don't lose these opportunities to shape their futures. Nicole Neily, thank you very much.